start with where my finger's at. If you can focus in on that. San Jose Del Guiviare, Guariare, is in this location right here on my chart. And if you look at the chart, it's connected down here to Corral, because it goes, you know, it goes down here. And if you look, it goes all the way down to Saipan and all that, but it ends up at Corral. It's got one of these in Corral I have in here somewhere. I got so many of these here, I'm getting lost. I'm almost awake. Oh, there's Corral right there. See, Corral? 3000 BC, Corral. So, you know, that's the number. But if you look, it's connected up here to the San Jose del Guiviare.
Okay, and these are all your longitude and latitude lines.
Yeah, this is on the latitude, longitude, and it going into this location here. Now, if you go over here to this side, and now look what it says on here with what I just showed you over there. That same name that's right here is over there, San Jose del Guiviare, which is the same location I have right here. Guariviare, which is this location over here. I didn't write it down on here how old this location is because of it's. I was worried about looters and all that because there's the reason why I'm not didn't give the location away right away. There's an interesting thing about these panels that they're finding down there, besides it being connected to Corral. On these panels, they have found woolly mammoths. They have found petroglyphs of giant sloths. They have found petroglyphs of camels. They even have found petroglyphs of the extinct American horse on these panels. In other words, this was before the flood. This was way before, well, you probably could say at the very end of the Ice Age, basically. But that brings into question, if this is that old as being thousands of years old with camels and extinct horses, you know, and woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers, and it's connected to Corral, which is back over on my chart over here, which, you know, the 3000 BC for Corral in this area. And even the one that's older than that is 5000 BC. This one right here is 5000 BC. It's older than Corral. Corral is 2,000 years older than Egypt. Now you add another 2,000 to that 5,000. Now it's 4,000 years older than Egypt because that's 5,000 BCE. Now if these 5,000 BCs are connected to this up here by trade, as you can see, that tells you how old this trade network is. I mean, now that's ancient. If you got woolly mammoths on one end and you got a place that's 5,000 BC at the other end, that pretty much tells that's pretty old.
Right. And what is this place at the other end?
The other, what you mean where the other end of the panels, or you mean the panel itself?
Yeah, right where you're pointing at.
Oh, the panel?
Yeah.
Okay, the panel that I'm pointing up to here is called San Jose Del Guiviare. It's at 272. There's 272 right there.
Okay.
And see this line right here?
Okay, so this is your latitude, longitude. Got it.
That's coming from the Azores Islands.
Okay.
See, that's coming in from the Azores Islands. That's the trade network tied to it. From there, it's going from the Azores straight down to 879. And even 779. And Corral is at 1077. So Corral's over here, and Puyuna, or is that this?
Cali, yeah, it looks like Cali Puma.
Yeah, Cali Puma. That's 5000 BCE.
Yes.
That's right here. See, 778, 778. Azores
where
Islands.
that's circled, where your thumb is. Got it.
And that's where the panel is. That's where the extinct horse and the camels and woolly mammoths.
And those are these panels up here.
Yeah, that I'm showing you right here. and it's a panel that's like miles long. It's not a little panel either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
It's,
If it's miles long, it took a really long time to get those put in.
yeah, and well, that brings back to still the question that if this is connected to the trade route coming from the Azores Islands, which I'm pretty sure, I mean, that's pretty damn close. I mean, it's going right to the line. And it's connected to a place that's older than Corral. Corral's only 3,000 BCE. This place is 5,000 BCE.
So if you go to this place, you might find older stuff.
Anything on this route is going to be that age and older.
All right. Well, one of the places that is really old is that place that you identified in Texas that has the dinosaur petroglyphs, or is it the footprint?
Glen Rose, Texas.
Yes.
That route is coming down from the Manitou Cliff Dwellings, which is connected to the Sage Mountain, which everybody thinks is natural. And you know, well, what? I'm going to be honest with you people out there. To really understand this land and to really understand the people on the land and let alone the land itself and what's really here, you need to be here for thousands and thousands of years. 500 years plus doesn't cut it. 500 years, you're barely skimming the surface to knowing what's really here at all. So you need to quit, thinking that you know it all. Because 500 years isn't even enough time to evolve, let alone to learn about this land and what's really here. Because to really understand the real power and what's really here on this land, you need to be here for thousands and thousands of years.
So
Not just a few hundred.
So this information really counters Western mainstream ethnocentric
social programming. Call it for
culture
what it is.
and history.
It's his story.
Right.
It's the colonialist view. That's how they come here, not to steal the land and the resources. That's their lousy excuse.
And
We discovered you. I'm going to tell you one thing. Now look at this. If this says that this is from the Stone Age and there's camels and all that, and this is like 5,000 years and now it's 4,000 years older than Egypt, and that means that we went and we navigated and we mapped the globe, the paradigm shift is that Columbus never discovered us. We discovered all three of you races thousands and thousands of years ago. We traded with you thousands and thousands of years ago. Mm-hmm. For some odd reason, you guys got collective amnesia all at the same time. And now you're trying to erase our story to replace it with your version of this nonsense, your colonial version of his story. Why? Because it won't feel so bad when you steal the land, because you say we came across the Bering Strait. We only got here 10,000 years ago, so I don't have a bad conscience about stealing all your land and your resources now, because you're a recent arrival too. That's not a good excuse for it, even for a colonialist. Define colonialism. Go look at it online. The definition.
I was going to say, and these petroglyphs are also basically a written language. Therefore, this is our claim to the land.
Yeah. Every petroglyph here is how would you call it? Every petroglyph that I'm finding here seems to be tied to a latitude and a longitude. Each one is tied to a tribe and to a certain clan. So if you got a tribe and a certain clan, and it puts on a certain latitude and a longitude, like I'm finding in the chart here, that's the Aboriginal title to the land.
Right. And so part of the reason that
why they're destroying petroglyphs and they're destroying all our monuments, because they know what I'm just now telling you.
Well, what I was also going to say was part of the reason for teaching a Western racist Eurocentric history is and also doing it in a very colonial approach where they beat your history out of you as a native person and replace that with shame and loss of language and culture.
It's called cultural rape. Call it for what it is.
Yeah.
We're being too nice and we're enabling the drunk uncle out there.
So
what
then,
it really is, it's still raping and pillaging, just on a cultural level. You're raping our culture by using your cultural appropriation to become Mormons in this nonsense, by stealing our true culture and creating a religion that's not even based on you being here. And with a Mormon religion that you came from some planet called Marduk or something like that.
Right. Well,
You
there's
know,
different religions, or
but-
Christian-based religions. So it becomes a, what is it?
It's
A-
Mormons.
I was gonna say the
Oh, Mormon-Mindy, I mean.
the Judeo-based religions,
Mhm.
Judeo-Christian religions, which are Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, which has consolidated a lot of stories from the indigenous peoples, made it their own, and then rewrote it to fit a certain perspective that creates a structure of control for certain groups of people, demographics.
It's either government or religious political reasons why it's created.
And govern in Latin means to control. Mente means mind.
Mental control of society through governing. Government. Sacrament. Controlling the society by controlling what is sacred. Sacrament. Government. Controlling society through governing. I mean, you guys got to learn how to talk gooder out there. Us Indians are, having a hard time talking their language, but at least we understand what's being told to us. We know the double language. Therapist. What did I say about culturally raping us? You split that into 2 syllables. What does it say? The rapist. I understand English more than probably the English do. Well, I shouldn't say that. I went down to England one time and this Welsh guy came by and
Right.
I didn't understand a word he said. And they said, that's the real English. And
Well, we should reach out. Maybe someone out there could even reach out if you are aware of a remote viewer that is actually legitimate. I know the Cryptid Huntress is a great remote viewer, but there might be other people. She's busy with her own focus.
maybe within our own group we have here with the Indigenizing Minds.
Finding, because we would like to provide blind targets using GPS coordinates, and this GPS coordinate system that Roger is documenting actually correlates
To ancient
exactly.
locations.
It does, but it also, and he uses the number 13 as the foundation for this GPS
And
coordinate
16.
system, right? 13 and 16, but this coordinate system also correlates exactly to the modern day coordinate system.
Yeah, the latitudes and longitudes that I'm finding out that the ancient used, they're exactly the same ones we're using today.
And
Even
so,
the international date line is the same
Right.
from what I'm finding out. And I went, that's interesting.
yeah.
The only thing that's more interesting, that's different from the Western one, is their use of the 3.25 to find geographical locations by using the real pi. Like 3.25 times 9 is 29.25 north, which is the exact latitude for Memphis, Egypt.
So, those of you who would like to join our Patreon and support this work, or if you know of a remote viewer that is legitimate and you would like to have us work with them,
Or you want to
Or if
donate to
you
a real
would-
worthy cause.
you can support Re-Indigenizing Minds. Roger
Indigenous researcher.
Colty.
I'm the worthy indigenous ones.
I'm a volunteer researcher as well. Colleen Gorman, Roger Colty, Quinault Nation from the Clatsop Nehilim.
Yeah.
Let me not
Does the
mispronounce
last
that
name
for
ring?
Nephilim.
Does it ring? The last name Nehilim? Does it ring?
Right. Roger's tribe was actually descended from a giant who rolled an egg out of the
Thunderbird's nest.
Thunderbird's nest. And so that's when
became
they
the Clatsop
became
Nehilim.
the Clatsop Nehilim, which
At
that
the
word.
beginning of time.
I think that word is interesting because it's very close to Nephilim.
It's the same word. It's just a corruption. It got perverted when it got to Europe because a lot of the original teachings, like I told you about Gemini, remember the procession and it goes, and everybody has stories about twins, including the Romans, let alone the Dene and the Mayans and all that. It all relates to the procession of the equinoxes going back about 5 processions back. And where is that? It starts at Gemini. And what is Gemini? Twins. We lost a lot of the things
have a
because
lot of
we lost
hero
it to this
twins
new
in our
age mumbo
different
jumbo. We lost a lot of
Right.
it through social programming, and even the education system sucks. It doesn't teach real education anymore. It just teaches you social programming. and teaches you only what you need to know. You know, you're just supposed to do what they tell you, or something like that. You know,
Right.
or what I'm picking up here. And
Right. Get your 9 to 5
yeah,
jobs and
be a
work,
be a
slave.
good colonial zombie. You know,
Okay, so where can they go to support?
Patreon.
Okay, and they can look up re-indigenizing minds. One word.
Search on this on Reindigenizing Minds, and search it on Patreon, or you can even just put Patreon Reindigenizing Minds up probably, and certainly it'll go right to it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I gotta go now. So signing
Have
off.
a good day.
Yes.
That Sunday school's over.